Right, so while that bread is rising in that bowl, I've just got my Dutch oven out, which is all that is really. It's cast iron bowl, doesn't matter what state the inside's like. Now you can use anything with a lid. The reason I use cast iron is it retains the heat more and it cooks. I always find it bakes the bread a bit better. So put that in your oven for an hour on 220. Okay. Right, so the dough has been rising in that bowl for an hour now. So what we do now, sprinkle a bit of flour on the worktop, and here's our bowl. So we take the film off, and you can see now that the dough has risen by at least half, which is what we want. So now we pull it out of the bowl and just let it fall out on the worktop. Set the bowl aside. Now what we do here, we just flatten, get all the air out of it. There's various ways of doing this, and I've tried most of them. This is the one that seems to work best for the way I do it. So we just fold it over, keep knocking it up like this. Fold it over again. And keep doing this till it gets smaller and smaller. It's a bit tougher. And fold it all into the middle like that and turn it over. Now just turn it round, folding it underneath, spinning round. And all we do now is just set that like that, get a bit of flour underneath it, put our bowl back underneath. I'll just leave that to set. Now that does that now for another hour. Right, so this has been rising for a further hour, so I've now took the bowl off. So we'll just squidge it up a bit. Do some slices on the front. Do as many of these as you like. Sprinkle a bit of flour on top. And now that is ready to go in the Dutch oven, which has been in there since I told you. So it's actually been in there for 2 hours now, which is fine. So it'll be nice and hot, and the oven's up to temperature. Right, so now I'm just getting the pot out of the oven. Shut the oven back up, keep the heat in. I'm just going to take the lid off there. This is extremely hot, so whatever you use, just be careful. Just take my gloves off. I'm going to go and get the dough. And that's ready just to pop in like that. Just move it around. Just be careful you don't burn your hands. Right, so I've put that dough in the Dutch oven. That goes in the oven now for half an hour. Right, so now that's been baking for half hour. Just going to open the oven and take the pot out. Again, very hot, so be careful. We're going to take the lid off, and hopefully we've got ourselves a decent loaf. Yeah, that's a nice one. So get that out and show you. And there you go. And there you go. Now, right, so now I'm just going to take it out onto a rack, and that can stay there now for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Just let that settle down a bit, and then we'll cut it open to see what it's like. Right, so that's cooled down for about 15 minutes now, so we'll take it off that tray, put it on a cutting board, and we'll cut a bit open for you. I'll show you what it's like. Bearing in mind you need a sharp knife, because the base of this bread tends to get really crusty in the oven. Just need to cut through it like that. And there you go. Now look at that. Now that will do you. a couple of cheese and pickle sandwiches and a bit of toast and marmalade in the morning. Lovely job.